As we discussed in the daily financial news, the 10-year note is down 50 basis points from its recent high. However, mortgage rates have not yet budged quite that much. But I want to know right now, could a home buyer get a 5 handle on a mortgage? Could we see a 5.99? And if so, what's it going to take, Matt? What does it take for a home buyer to get a 5.99 today?
We could definitely see a rate in the fives, and it's not that hard. I am going to, as always, remind people every scenario is different. Every loan product is different. The use type, primary investment, all of that stuff. But I'm looking at it right now. This is real info, right? Not an offer to lend, whatever. There's probably some disclosure that I need to make here. But an FHA loan, the par rate, like not paying anything, Mike, is 6 1/8 or 6 1/4.
Oh, wow.
And it's funny because I told you, I'm like, oh, there's one where I can get to 5.99 for a point. That, as a broker, I've got 40 lenders. So I'm looking at other lenders like a broker to where that's less than a half a point to get to a 5.99. You could get, if you really wanted to, and you had a seller willing to pay 3 points in this specific scenario, get down to like a 5.3. And so, that's hopeful, right? For people that are looking. Again, FHA and VA, since they're backed by the government, have lower interest rates.
Sure.
This is a FHA loan I'm speaking about. VA is going to be in line with that. Conventional loans are probably going to be roughly 0.5% higher, but still possible to get sub 6. And I think that's another interesting caveat to this market is as rates come down, and you can get a lower rate without paying points. People are going to be like, well, if I get the seller to pitch in $10,000, you might not get the seller to play as much ball as they were a few months ago, or even a few weeks ago. We were 7.125 really on February 12th. I think I looked and we were 7.12 on a 30-year average, according to Mortgage News Daily. That's down to 6.8. So that's down 32 basis points in rate in the last 2 weeks.
Really interesting. I think it was 2 years ago we saw mortgage rates bottom right as the spring selling season took off, which is, oh, by the way, we're getting really close to the spring selling season starting to pop off, right? This is going out, March 1st or March 2nd. So if we continue to see mortgage rates come in and we get more and more home buyers to get a 5 handle versus a 7 handle, I mean, what's going to happen? What's going to happen to demand?
Yeah. I mean, I think it's going to be, generally speaking, good in terms of market movement. More stuff is going to transact. There's going to be more buyers that see a smaller gap between the current 3 1/4 and what they can get at 5 1/4 or 5.5. And so that, move up buyer who's selling and buying is all of a sudden unlocked, and, more inventory for people who are buying the house that they're leaving, as an entry level home. So I think it'll have some good effects in that way, and that it'll kind of free up more transacting in real estate. But for some people, even right now at 7%, they might be in a market where, especially at the entry level, it's competitive. I was talking to somebody yesterday, Mike, and some of these neighborhoods where there's 2,700 homes, 3,200 homes, when they've got really low turnover rates and it's got a great school, it's a great established neighborhood, there might be a house that matches what they're looking for only come up once a year. And in this case, I was talking to somebody yesterday. They already live in the neighborhood. They love it. They've got 1,000 square feet. They need much more. They need probably 2,000 square feet. Just so happens in this neighborhood, there's a fixed number of houses that have 4+ bedrooms and 2,000 square feet. So when it comes available, the bad news for this buyer is that's not the only family that's looking for 2,000 square feet and 4+ bedrooms. So, it comes on at $899. they're an educated buyer that understands and tells me before I even say anything, we've discussed it with our realtor. We understand this. We might have to go to 950 to make this deal work. And so it's interesting because, the competitiveness in competitive markets gets exacerbated when the financing terms get better, because now all of a sudden it's like, well, I was willing to go to 950. If I can get the same payment at 975 and this guarantees me I can get this house, forget it. Let's go to 975, right? And then it becomes tough in that way for somebody who's right on the edge or just looking to get in. So you've got that dynamic, and then you've also got the dynamic that I've expanded what I personally am licensed to do, and I'm doing California, Florida, and Texas. I picked those markets because those are the markets where I was getting the most business. Those are also the markets that right now are adding inventory and are starting to see days on market increase and inventory increase. I think, was it Punta Gorda, Florida, I think was the market where compared to January of 19, their inventory is up 70%.
Yeah. Resi Club Analytics, Lance Lambert does a lot of great reporting. Punta Gorda is actually the largest price decline year on year, down 8%, 8+% as well.
Yeah. So yeah, shout out to Lance Lambert. That was the exact report from Resi Club that I referenced yesterday in a TikTok video or something where, here's 41 markets, a lot of them Florida, a lot of them Texas, some Colorado and Arizona sprinkled in there. Increased inventory, and big increase in inventory. What that means as a buyer or investor is deals to be had, right? More leverage on the buy side. But me and you talked about this offline. If you're listening to this, don't take that for, the market is softer everywhere, or you're going to get deals everywhere, because for every market like that, there's another market where engineers are making $700,000 a year from Netflix. They're willing to pay $100,000 above list. And if there's limited inventory in that market, you're going to be in a situation where those home prices continue to have upward pressure because of the lack of inventory.
Yeah, it's going to be really interesting. I've talked with multiple agents, them, Adrian, Beth, and many others. And so far, I actually just spoke with Adrian Hernandez in Orange County, and he said that so far February is slower than January. I'm curious what you're seeing across the board. I think there was a little bit of a Trump bump in January. A lot of people kind of waiting for the post-election, which clearly happened. We saw a burst of activity, but it does seem to have fallen off in February. And again, most of February rates were above 7. Now they seem to be moving noticeably lower. It's going to be interesting to see what happens in March.
Yeah. And I think me and you both are equally fascinated by, the consumer and consumer sentiment. Because I saw that and felt that too, where it was like new year, new me, new president, new outlook, and people were excited and getting out there. Over the last 3 or 4 weeks, I think that's fair to say there's, been a little bit of air let out of that balloon as far as buyer sentiment goes. And it's the same kind of issue that buyers have struggled with over the last 2 or 3 years. They're either a first-time home buyer, and as they continue to try to make this happen, they see home prices continue to increase. Rates are at a place where, affordability is a big issue. And then, I talk to buyers all the time that are waiting for a magic moment where the move up makes sense. And really, truly, there's not a lot of math pointing to, yes, this makes sense. The transactions that are happening are, I don't care what the math says. We need more space. I don't care what the math says. This, divorce is going through, or whatever the case may be. It's necessity moving, and it's not a lot of like, oh, a new house sounds fun, let's do that.
Yeah, well, I'm curious if you're starting to hear, because again, I think we're years away from the move up buyer unlocking in a meaningful way. But there is some mortgage rate that would unlock that. I don't know if you have a gut opinion. I'm springing on you last minute. But is there some magic mortgage rate where you really think people start trading up in mass?
Yeah, and you know what happens, Mike? I think the longer that we're at higher spreads, the more flexibility there is with that number. I think that if we were talking 2023, you'd be like, we got to get to 5% to get this to unlock. Now that people are used to 7, if rates on conventional, which that Mortgage News Daily number is 6.8, if that got sub 6, and we only got an experiment of a brief period in time. We got that for like,
we hit like 599 for a minute.
Yeah, for 9 minutes or something, right? And so let that happen for a quarter. Let that happen for 3 months. I think that unlocks a lot of people that were hemming and hawing, and maybe the last time rates were in the low 6s, it didn't make sense. But I really truly think that like sub 6% 30-year fixed conventional average is the number that unlocks it, because it's not comfortable to leave a $1,600, $1,800, $2,200 mortgage and strap yourself to a $4,000 one. But we've also had years and years for a lot of people of not equal job and wage growth, but some, right? So wages have gone up some in many markets. A lot of markets that we're in, I feel like we could probably pin a price on May 22 and May 25, and they'll be similar. So there hasn't been this huge. So the affordability is slowly, slightly getting better for some people, and so you tag a 5.99 interest rate to some of those scenarios, and all of a sudden, I think you get at least some of them to move.
Remind me, I might be mistaken, but wasn't it Barry Habib that thought by June we'd be sub 6? Didn't he say that, like 5.8 or something comes to mind, or am I mistaken?
No, I think we had that conversation not that long ago, and he was talking about the 10-year and some different metrics and the path to a summertime sub 6, and so we'll see. I mean, we get a couple more runs like what we've seen the last 2 weeks. This run from 7.02 to 6.8, which is almost a quarter in interest rate, was just February 19th to February 26th. So 1 week.
It's a week.
Yeah.
It's really funny is the 10-year's down 50 basis points.
Wow.
And mortgages are down 25. So again, there's even more room ahead. But yeah, I mean, if we were talking about Barry's call when rates were over 7, it looked kind of outlandish. But you know what? It looks a lot better today than it did 3 weeks ago.
Right. Yeah. So, the famous quote. So you're saying there's a chance.
There's a chance. Exactly. Well, if somebody wanted to price something and see what's what, see what it takes to get sub 6, how do they do that?
Go to greatmortgagebroker.com. I always love having a conversation. I've had a lot of people reach out lately and chat about your scenario. When you go to greatmortgagebroker.com, name, email, phone, where you're at, you're likely going to hear from me or somebody on my team, and then Chad Masters can take care of you because you're in this state. And we've really refined that to where you're only going to speak with the best of the best. If somebody wasn't given great service and given great advice, they've been taken off task for handling anybody from the ORAP community. And I talked to 2 or 3 yesterday that I just enjoyed the conversation. I don't want someone to have to repeat their whole scenario to me and then the person that's helping them in Colorado or Tennessee or Pennsylvania. But it's fun to just chat some of the basics with you. So go to greatmortgagebroker.com, fill out the form. We'll make sure we get you connected, and do yourself that favor, whether it's us or somebody else. Have the conversation, know what you qualify for. A lot of people, through no fault of their own, have assumptions that they've held for too long. I'm going to do a DSCR loan because I've heard that sometimes those rates are lower. Then you have a conversation. Not only is that not true, but you qualify, no problem. A conventional loan is going to be a piece of cake for you. You're not going to have a prepayment penalty, and you can lock that at 7.125 or whatever the case may be. You want to know that stuff before you're running numbers and analyzing deals and doing all that stuff, it's free. Whether it's with me or anybody else, it's always free. And not enough people take that line of financing education first. They start with the real estate. I implore you, whether it's with us or somebody else, get the financing questions answered and have a rough idea of what that's going to look like before you're out there, writing offers.
Very cool. Great. Mortgagebroker.com. Check it out. Later.